Did you ever have a like friend or somebody that you associated with, like a coworker or something, and you said nice things about that person, and they go and they just do some stupid shit, and you sit there and you're like,
look, dude, I did a nice thing for you, so like I don't understand why we're having this issue. Like, what are we?
And they just come back to you with a like,
you're just attacking my flow, bro. You don't understand me. Like, we're just gonna do this because this is who we are.
and that's how I feel about Nintendo. Pretty much all the fucking time. I say one nice thing about them, like if you haven't seen my last video, go check it out. But I say one nice thing about them, and they go and they do some fuck shit and attacking a culture that I'm a part of, and a fucking just an environment that they don't have to. They don't have to do stupid shit, and they go and they do it anyway. I don't know. Let's just get on with the video. For those of you who haven't heard, Nintendo is going and they're just attacking the creators of Yuzu and suing them because they make a Nintendo Switch emulator, which this is not the first time Nintendo has gone after emulators. They went after Dolphin. They were like, hey, Steam, you even think about doing that, we're gonna collapse your whole empire. And they just love threatening people with lawsuits and suing people and just like protecting their intellectual property with such a fury that you think it's a Mario Fireball. Like, I don't understand why they have to come at it with such a level of like angst and cruelty. And like, I get it, they're keeping safe their intellectual property, but at the end of the day, like all they are trying to do is just infuriate an entire group of people who are just trying to continue to play their games. Because at the end of the day, it's taken you 7 fucking years to create a Switch 2, and you might be pushing it to 2025, which would make the Switch 8 by the time that you release your next console. And look, I'm not saying that like consoles need to come out all the time. I think they've made a lot of fantastic games the last year and going into this year. Come on, dude, 720p on a handheld? Like, what are we doing? I'm not asking for 1440p, 120 frames per second, but I'm asking for you to like, I don't know, put fucking Zelda in 1080p. Like, what are we doing? Like, yes, okay, if it's docked, it's in 1080p, but like, you get my point. Like, if I want to take Legend of Zelda on the go, I'm playing it in fucking graphics that the fucking Nintendo Wii could have thought about doing. Like, could have like spit a little bit further and gotten there, you know? And so at the end of the day, I think the biggest problem that I have is that people are using Yuzu and other Switch emulators to create a better experience for games that they, one, already own, or two, are trying to continue to play games that Nintendo makes. Yes, like there is a level of enjoyment that Nintendo just isn't reaching because they're refusing to innovate. They're refusing to create avenues for us to continue to play games, and from an emulator market, continuing to play games that might be older, that might be newer, that might have better bug fixes than what Nintendo was able to offer. The amount of people that I saw play Scarlet and Violet on a Switch emulator over the actual Switch just because it ran better and could create better graphics, it just is insane. Like, you refusing to fix your product and then getting mad at us for fixing it for you, but in a different way that didn't give you a fistful of cash, is just fucking annoying, because at the end of the day, you're the richest company in Japan, and you could literally just go do that. You literally have the entirety of the #1 gaming franchise under your belt that produces billions of dollars a year, and you choose not to spend that type of money to fix your shit. And like, yeah, it's a little bit of a rant, but it's a little bit of a news piece too, because like at the end of the day, this is a big shot into the void, being like, hey, we're coming for all emulators. We're coming for anybody who's like pirating our intellectual property, and that's cool, because like they should have the right to defend their intellectual property. With the birth of AI and with the birth of all of these things, like people taking other artists' properties is going to become extremely commonplace. The problem that I have with it is you have the ability to make your IP impenetrable. You have the ability to make your intellectual property so fucking good on your own hardware, and you choose not to. And somebody else goes and does it better, and people enjoy that, and you go, no, fuck that guy. I don't like that guy anymore. You shouldn't like that guy either. I'm shitty and old, and you have to deal with me. Why? Just be cool. Put on a look sideways cap and be not cringe. The sideways cap would also be cringe, but you get my point. At the end of the day, the ethos of this channel, if you will, is I am all for emulators if you own a physical copy of the game already, and finding a way to play games that you've played throughout your childhood, keeping game archives alive that you have spent money on, that you want to keep because you enjoyed playing that game. Like, totally logical for me. Like, piracy is one of those things where I teeter on both edges. Like, if you can't find a copy of the game and it's old enough, like go for it. But if you're trying to do like a Switch emulator or that kind of thing, it's like, dude, just buy a hard copy of the game, and just figure out a way to do it. And if you buy a hard copy of the game and then you emulate it to like reduce bug fixes and things like that, that I'm totally fine with. And Yuzu and creators like that create emulators for that purpose, like they've been doing, is extremely important. Yes, do they also facilitate, not necessarily facilitate, but like are okay with piracy? Yeah, I mean, any emulator is going to have piracy on it. You can't escape that. That's part of the culture of emulation. But providing a service that another party refuses to produce is, in my opinion, not a problem. And that, at the end of the day, is the core ethos of my thought process when it comes to emulators and things like that. And I can definitely explain it better in a long-winded rant on my live stream, but this is a concise little video that I wanted to make for you guys about Nintendo doing what they always do and suing the consumer and suing creators that are just trying to show appreciation for the IPs that Nintendo holds and make them better and do the things that Nintendo won't. And if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'm sure plenty of you do. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, I'm a huge supporter of emulation. It's something that I play on my channel all the time. I love emulators. I love the culture and the community that they provide. It's just, you know, you're gonna get sued by Nintendo. That's pretty par for the course. Yuzu, you served us well. We'll see you in the gaming afterlife. Did I die? Did I die effectively there? Cool. Okay, bye.